guys, welcome back. So today what I'm going to be doing for you is I am going to do a full face, which is this face right here, using nothing but Flower Beauty, so I can kind of showcase all of, not all of, but most of the products that they have in the line and how they perform. How I'm going to start this off is I'm first going to show you all of the items that I'm going to be using on my face today, and I'm going to just talk quickly a little bit about them. There's some really great stuff and there's some that, you know, is just not that great as there is with any brand. So I'm just going to quickly go through them, give you some of my thoughts behind them, and then after I've done that, I'm going to jump into the video of me actually applying everything, so that way anybody who just wants to see all the products and just get some information on them, that'll be the first part of this video. And then I'll include a timestamp below in the info bar of when you can just jump to the part of the video where I'll just be applying everything, in case that's all that you want to see. So enough rambling, let's get into it. The first thing that I'm going to start off with is the Flower Beauty eye pencil. It's a pretty standard eye pencil. I have some that, you know, other brands have that are they're really like small, fine tipped brow pencils, and there are some that have like this really popular shape now that's either like a teardrop or kind of like a diamond shape. So this is your standard shape pencil. Now this is probably the only one of the items I'm going to show you that I'm not going to be using, only because if you see here, the swatch here is the Flower Beauty one, and then the swatch down here is the pencil color that I usually use, and the Flower Beauty was just way too light for me. It really just would have looked ridiculous. So I didn't realize that, because unfortunately in the store you can't really swatch what they look like, so I would have to go get a color that matches me. But it's a pretty standard pencil. It's not going to wow anyone or do anything that other pencils don't do. Just keep that in mind, something of note. Now, what I also have here is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I really wish that this was something that you could swatch, because it actually comes, in this kind of a case here, this boxing here. So you can't swatch, you can't see. The color that I picked up is M12 Light Medium. I thought that would be light enough for me, so I did use it. I have it under my eyes. I used it around my eyebrows to kind of help shape my brows a bit. You'll see that in the video. So I do love the coverage on this. I think it is full coverage. It definitely conceals my dark circles and whatnot, but I just wanted it a touch lighter so that it would just bring a little more brightness under my eyes. So I love this one for, I also prepped my eyelids for it before I went in with my shadows. So everything that I love to use a concealer for, this one does, and it performs beautifully. The finish on this is beautiful. It feels like a very hydrating formula. It's not as drying as some other concealers that I have. It is very creamy, it's very hydrating. So just make sure you set it well, because I do have some other concealers that I don't have to set at all. So just make sure that you set it well, and you shouldn't have a problem with it. And play around with different setting powders too, because some might make it look very crepey and very dry, and then others will work perfectly well. So while we're talking about that, I'm going to mention now what I use to set it, and it is the Flower Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. And that's what I used to set that concealer under my eyes today. So it looks like this here. It just has a super soft finish. You do see that, you know, it does say universal setting powder, but as soon as you get it on your skin, it just disappears. There isn't anything on your skin. And it does have a mirror inside. It also comes with like this very spongy applicator. I did not use this today. I just used a brush to lightly set under my eyes, but I like this. I think that as long as you are, you know, light-handed with it, don't try to go in too heavy, because it does take a little work to pick up a lot of product. So just go light-handed with, don't go too heavy. It will set the concealer under your eyes nicely. It won't change the color of anything, and it holds nicely. No issues with that there. And so moving on, next I also have the Flower Beauty Miracle Glow Satin Finishing Powder. I think this is a beautiful powder. Now here's the thing, if you go online and you look up this powder, you're gonna see some bad reviews about it, and I almost didn't buy it because I was looking up the reviews and all of a sudden I'm like, this doesn't have that many stars. It has a lot of bad reviews. But when you actually start reading through the reviews, you realize that people are complaining about it because they can't bake with it. And it makes them look dry, makes them look crepey because of the baking. This is a finishing powder. There's a difference between other powders that you can use, like the Coty Airspun or the Maybelline Fit Me, to bake and things like that. This is a finishing powder, a satin finishing powder. It is not meant for baking at all. You're gonna have a bad time if you're attempting to use it for baking. However, what I used it for was lightly set all over my face because I used the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Luminous Makeup Foundation. I have an entire dedicated video just to a wear test and application of this. I think it is gorgeous. It is such a beautiful foundation. It leaves a beautiful finish. I did not want to take any of that luminosity away, but I did want to make sure that I was able to set the foundation so that it didn't move, so that it didn't have a tacky feel. And that's what I used this powder for. And it keeps the luminosity because it's a satin finish powder, and it makes everything remain in place. It helps other powders apply over it beautifully. So as long as you're using each product the way it's supposed to be used, I think you'll find that you love it too. What I used on my eyes today was the Flower Beauty Wanderlust eyeshadow palette, NYC Midnight Manhattan. So these are the colors here. That's what it looks like inside there. Be prepared for kick up. Okay, just be prepared for a lot of kick up. You'll even see in the video as I'm applying it, as soon as you tap your brush, there's kick up there. And you should do your eyeshadow before you do your face makeup because you're gonna get fallout. That doesn't stop the colors from having beautiful payoff. That doesn't stop them from performing beautifully. You just have to go in with it knowing that there's going to be some kickback as you're dipping in, and there's going to be fallout as you're applying it. But it's what I used on my eyes today. The only thing I used to prep my eyes was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer, and you can see the color payoff there. So as long as you go into it knowing that, I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. It's a beautiful little palette. I really want to go pick up the other ones because the colors are gorgeous. But again, for a simple look, just to get something, you know, you can even go for a normal everyday look or kick it up a notch and use more of the darker colors, and you'll get some beautiful payoff with those colors. And now I also have here the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette. So I have this one in light to medium, CT1. They also have a medium to deep. I could go with either one. I'm kind of like right in the middle. However, I went with light to medium because when I am doing my contour or bronzing or anything, I kind of just like to go ham and not have to worry about whether I'm being too heavy-handed or anything. So that's why I specifically chose to go with the light to medium, so I could just kind of have that freedom of, you know, going as light or as heavy as I wanted and still having it come out good. The blush in here, it's a beautiful blush. It's a little lighter than what I usually go for, but I found that, again, going in with a light hand, because you can easily build this up and have amazing color payoff, but going in with a light hand and a nice fluffy brush will blend it out beautifully and give you a nice light finish to it. And the highlighter in here, I think it's a beautiful highlighter. Again, it'll give you shine, it'll give you glow. I used it above my eyebrows, cheekbones, down the nose, and I didn't have any issues with it. I even threw a little bit on my body here, which the light's not really picking up, but overall, to have this as a quick little go-to, to have your contour, to have your bronzer, to have, oh, and I did contour with it a little bit too. I contoured here, which is usually what I do with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Again, another reason why I went for light to medium, because it's not too cool tone, it's not too warm tone, and I was able to go in and use it as a contour as well, kind of down the nose and through the cheeks, and it comes out beautifully. Also, I went in and I used the Flower Beauty blending sponge. I've used it plenty of times before. I've talked about it before, so you already know that this is a favorite of mine and I love using this. On the eyes, I also went in with the Lash Warrior mascara from Flower Beauty. I don't think there's anything amazing about it. It does the job done. It, you know, gets on your lashes. It separates them. It doesn't really add too much volume. So if that's what you're looking for, which I am, I like having volume and lift. If you're someone who's looking for a little more kind of va-va-voom from your mascara, you're not going to get it from this. It's a good mascara. It will do its job, but is it doing anything special? Not really. So that's kind of a take it or leave it. We also have here the Flower Beauty Mix and Matte Lip Duo, which is on my lips now. So what you have is your lipstick on one end, and then on the other end you have the gloss to top it off. So you can either wear the lipstick by itself, or you can wear the gloss by itself, or you can wear both, which is what I did. Put the lipstick first and layered the gloss just in the center of my lips to kind of make it pop, and that's what you get. This is the color Honey Nude, and I think this is gorgeous. It is a beautiful nude to wear with any look. I think it is beautiful. I love the way that performs. Something I want to mention really quick that I have talked about before, and I'm not wearing now, but it is gorgeous, is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lips. I think these are gorgeous. You know, I love how it wears. This particular color is called Melon Pop. I have a few others. In my favorite reds video, I did mention Scarlet Letter. But these are, you know, really nice products for your lips, and they have a nice wide color range that I think is just amazing. What do we have here? So Flower Beauty, this is the only brush I have from Flower Beauty so far. I really wanted a brush this fluffy with this shape, which I don't yet have in my collection. This is incredibly soft. This is so amazingly soft. I didn't get to use it in my look today, but this is so beautiful. It definitely has made me want to go out and try more Flower Beauty brushes, because if they're all like this and perform as well as this one does, then I definitely, you know, this is definitely a set of brushes I want to have in my collection. And last but not least, and I'm really hoping I haven't missed anything, is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating, oh my god, hydrating setting spray dewy finish. There's also a matte finish version. I do not have the matte finish one, but I do have the dewy finish one, and this is what I use to set my face today. First of all, the pump on this, I love this. So you either have the continuous spray, or you just, you know, go at your face that way. But the smell is very light. It's very refreshing, but that continuous spray mist, I love that. It's definitely something you don't see, see often, especially in drugstore brand setting sprays. And it really does the job of holding your makeup on, locking it in, making your skin look refreshed and dewy. You can go back in with it throughout the day to refresh your face, and it just works really, really well. Definitely worth the price. So excited to have found that, because I hate just falling in love with more expensive setting sprays and feeling like, you know, that is a lot of money to be throwing away, you know, just to set your face. But that one performs so well that it has quickly become one of my favorite setting sprays, and I think my go-to setting spray these days, actually. So there's that. I believe I was able to quickly run through all the products that I do have. So now if anybody wants to stick around and see how I put all that together on my face today, just keep watching and we'll get started. there you have it. That's how I put this together today. So overall, I think it's safe to say I really love Flower Beauty products, most if not all of them. I know it's been out for a while, but since I already had so many go-to brands, it took me a while to kind of get into Flower Beauty, and once I started with one product, it got me intrigued about another and another and another, and I just slowly started building up a collection to the point that I realized, you know what, I can really do a full face on Flower Beauty because of all the things I've picked up over time. Very rarely disappointed, very rarely, and I think I've yet to find the product that I'm disappointed by, more so where it just kind of performs like other things I already have. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to, you know, delve more into Flower Beauty and continue to see what else that they have coming out. Hopefully this video intrigued you to do so as well. It's not sponsored at all. It's just a really good brand that I personally don't hear being talked about enough, and I just, you know, thought that since I had enough to kind of share with everyone and really go deep into it, that it would be fun to do. So thank you for thank you for sitting with me through the video. If you're still here now at this point, if you haven't already, then please subscribe. If you are subscribed, please hit the notification bell. If you like the video, please give the video a thumbs up. That's all that I have for you today. You have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.